Yeah.
And it's a solo thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So does that mean the end of Culture Club?
No, it just means that I'm moving on to different things, really. It doesn't mean I've left the band. It just means that it's... Well, you know, when you're in a band for a while, there's a lot of jealousy, and it gets really boring, like, worrying about other people. So I'm going through a very selfish phase at the moment. I'm just worrying about myself.
That sounds good. Sounds like fun. Will you change your name when you're young? Will it be kind of Mr. Dowd, or just Man George, or just George?
No.
You're going to stick with Boy George?
Yeah.
Now, I notice you're wearing kind of like, your clothes are much more masculine than they used to be now.
Are they?
Well, I don't know. Well, I figure they are, because, you know...
I don't know, how do you define masculinity?
I don't know, that's a big one.
Come on, let's hear it.
Trousers. Trousers.
Women wear trousers.
Trousers with things inside.
So, you know, women don't have anything
No, I just realised that cuts me out, doesn't it? Anyway, but your image has changed a lot over the years, hasn't it? I mean, you have changed a lot more now than it used to be.
Well, you know, I mean, when I first started doing it, I mean, this is a long time before Culture Club, it was something very different, you know, but then you got people like Pete Burns, Marilyn, all these other people that come along and capitalise on something which is working for someone else. And you just move on, really.
And now there are a lot of people, now your image isn't kind of considered anything outrageous or different, is it? The fact that you
Depends who you are, really, you know.
But the average pop audience, I mean, like the papers that used to pick up and say, you know, it was shocking that you were wearing these clothes and the makeup.
But you can always find something to shock Fleet Street. It's very easy.
Yeah. Well, if you look hard enough.
You don't really have to try that hard. It's very easy to shock them. Because they are basically real morons, you know. And that's so, I mean...
You know what they're packing? Because like, they always work for Fleet Street papers, you see.
No, I think it's because they read it and they understand. Yeah. You know, because really, basically, Fleet Street think that the public are ignorant.
Yeah.
I mean, like Cynthia Payne. I mean, how matter-of-fact is Cynthia Payne? Yeah. How straightforward is she? I mean, she's not... To me, she's not shocking. No, you're right. But they find it shocking.
But they like it to sell papers, don't they? In the same way that your story sells papers.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
I bought one once. But your early looks, I've got some photos of your early looks here, how you changed. Because here's one where you were dressed as a nun. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
That's because you had a Catholic upbringing.
No, I went to Hampstead Heath Fair dressed as a nun. It was quite fun, actually.
That's good. And here's one of you dressed as nothing much. That's a good early photo of George. I don't know if you can pick up that one over there. It's nice, isn't it? That's really a cute one. And then this is a really dodgy one here, George.
I look great then.
Oh, you don't. Look at that haircut.
The only difference is you still got the same haircut and I moved on.
It's going to be like that, is it?
Well, I used to wear those clothes when they were fashionable. No, I'm only joking. It's a really nice suit. I'd never get sick of seeing you in it.
Glad you came. You'd be like all that practicing, wouldn't you?
Well, I've been watching this show for like a few weeks and I think you're very cheeky.
I'm a cheeky boy.
I think you are, but... Yeah. Most of the time you get away with it, so I came on tonight hoping that you wouldn't. Really.
Yeah, well, I'm not so far, am I? You know, you mentioned Marilyn earlier.
Did I?
Like, yes, you did.
Oh, yes, I did.
And, you know, I used to read a lot about Marilyn. I wondered, is he as horrible as he always sounded?
He's one of those people that doesn't want to pander to the press. No. And he's very antagonistic. He doesn't care about, like, selling records. You know, I mean, some of us care about earning a living. Yeah. And Marilyn is very different to me in the sense that, you know, he'll say anything. I mean, I admire him for that. I wish I could be like that.
When Marilyn first started out, he was really a good-looking guy. I mean,
he still is quite good-looking.
I've got a pair of his shoes here.
I brought these on, by the way.
I used to wear these when they were fashionable. That's really different. But he's got quite big feet, doesn't he?
Size 9, yeah.
Size 9? Oh dear, poor
they're from a shop called Covergirl, and they cater for anyone, so you'll be all right.
I'll be down there. I'll be down there like a light. And where is he? He's in New York now, Marilyn?
I think he's in London at the moment. I think he's watching at the moment.
Is he? Oh, that's fun, isn't it? That's a good idea, because he owes you some money, doesn't he? Well, he does. He owes George a lot of money, doesn't he? How much does he owe you?
He does, about $750,000.
That's almost as much as I earn.
But money isn't important, is it?
No, it certainly isn't, George. We don't know. And there's some photos of Marilyn that you brought along. There's one there. That's one of his a bit cheeky one, isn't there?
That's great. That was on Concord.
On Concord? I think I'm about the only person in London who hasn't seen him like that so far. Is that right? Have they got a photo of him there? There it is. Bit cheeky. And there's one of him with Diana Ross, and I tell you what, Diana's seen better days, hasn't she?
She has.
What was happening there?
Oh, that was really funny. Marilyn, like, gets obsessions with people, and he got a real obsession with Diana Ross, and he decided to hunt her down. Yeah. And he succeeded in frightening her very much. Like,
Well, she doesn't look scared there, but...
She was. Actually, we went to... when she played the Albert Hall in London, yeah, she usually goes out and sings with people. Like, she does that song, Reach Out and Touch Everybody's Hand. And she saw Marilyn and ran the other way. Because Marilyn had been calling her and saying things like, your maid's outfit's back from the cleaners.
Maybe she just thought he was going to tap her for a loan, though, you know.
No, I think he thought that he was going to beat her up.
Now, George, you're a Buddhist, aren't you?
I'm a dabbler.
A dabbler?
Yeah.
Is that another sort of Eastern religion, or is that... What do dabblers do?
Well, it means that, I mean, religion in general is very hard to understand, you know, because it focuses blame on other people, which I don't really understand, you know.
So do you chant like Buddhists?
I do chant, yeah.
Do they chant for sort of material things, don't they?
No, they don't. You've been reading The Face, haven't you?
I've been reading it.
That's why he's dressed like
Trying
this.
to find out the new clothes.
No, it's just, you know, I mean, that article in The Face was very derogatory, and it was... it says that people chant for, like, better cars and things, which I suppose some people do. But the whole idea...
Have you ever chanted for anything specifically?
No. Sex.
What? Do you get it?
Yeah.
What is this chant, George?
Well, what are you supposed to do? Well, what you have to do is, like, well, you know, you fit it in with your lifestyle. If you're busy, then you chant for like 15 minutes. You get on your knees and you chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Yeah, right. And basically what that means is world peace.
Right.
So basically everybody's chanting for world peace. It's not supposed to be a selfish thing, you know. So you're not supposed to be, like, you know, thinking about yourself when you're doing it.
It's a good thing.
You're supposed to be chanting for, like, other people, you know, the more pathetic people in this world.
Like Marilyn.
I never said that.
Come with me, George, because I don't know if you've been watching the earlier parts of the show.
I watched Cynthia Payne.
We've been having a kind of party for Timothy Spall. He's been having a great time, sharing his 30th birthday with millions of complete strangers. Join us over there for the party. It's about all we've got time for tonight. That's the end of the show. And yeah, and that's the end of the party. The party's over. It's time to call it a day. They've taken all your party balloons and taken the moon away. Thank you to all my guests tonight, Cynthia Payne, Stevie Starr, Timothy Spall, Ruby Turner, Boy George. Well, I say happy birthday to Mike if he's watching. Thank you to Nick Peterson, Ecstasy. And remember one thing, if life's a party, then who invited Robert Maxwell? Good night, thank you. Well, that went all right, didn't it? Can we record the show now?
No way, Jose, that's your lot. Well, there's more live comedy to get our hearts in a flutter tomorrow night at 10. Saturday Live with Ben Elton and his guests, including the man with the latex face, Rowan Atkinson.
This Sunday, the A to Z of country music turns another page in its view of America as seen through the eyes and ears of country and western music, with none other than that British gynecologist and friends better known as the Hank Wankford Band.
Howdy! Hey, tonight we got cheap divorce, drinking and death for you, friend. But first, a song from the prairies.
Get some victuals, turn up, and tune in to the A to Z of country and western music this Sunday, 8:15 on 4.
Tyrone Power rushes through the complete alphabet of adventures that could possibly befall a diplomatic courier in the film in a few minutes as he gets entangled in a huge spider's web of espionage.
How do you eat your Cadbury's cream egg? Give it some stick, chick.
Bites the top off, Prof. Chomp it in two, Coo.
Get him in quick, Dick. Eat it in the goby, Toby.
Cadbury's cream eggs. How do you eat yours?
They're not here forever, Trevor.
Menu Master's bird of freedom means good food all the way.
Now Menu Master makes vegetable meals for everyone. Try cauliflower cheese.
You all lead busy, active lives, different ways to fill each day.
As more of us use microwaves, more Menu Masters can be cooked that way, like new steak and mushroom flaky bake.
Menu Master gives you the freedom to eat well when you please.
And the stir-fry dishes. Try beef oriental. And special meals like salmon and broccoli mornay. Menu Master.
The menu created for the way you live today.
Peugeot 309. The reality is even better than the dream. Peugeot, the lion goes from strength to strength.
Most jobs start off with a bit of a challenge. After all, before you can do anything, you've got to learn how to do it first. But if you don't keep up to date, it's all too easy to get left behind. And these days, things have a habit of changing very quickly indeed. So, what can you do about it? Get one of these. Action for Jobs isn't only for unemployed people. It's for everyone who wants to get on. There's over 30 programs to help people find work, start their own businesses and train themselves for what the future's got to offer. More help than you ever imagined. Action for Jobs. Helping you to help yourself. Get the booklet from main post offices or job centres.
Are you ready to get closer? Getting ready to let Bluetooth to blade shave you closer. Let's step into the blue to let Bluetooth.
Hey, just how hot is your chili?
Fairly hot. Extra heavy-duty Rough Riders from Lee. We've been building them that good since 1889.
Number 41.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You are the 4 millionth.
He must have taken a wrong turn somewhere, so he stopped by a signpost to find out where he was. Oh dear, it wasn't a signpost, only a crossroads sign. Now what? Pat didn't know which way to go. He walked along the lane, trying to see through the fog. I can't see a thing. Oh, I'd better not lose sight of the van. Hey, dear. Even my glasses are fogged up. Then he saw someone standing in the field. Why is he so still? It must be Ted Glenn out after rabbits. He'll know the way. I'll pop over with his letter and ask him. Pat walked up very quietly so as not to disturb the rabbits and touched Ted on the shoulder. Ted didn't move. Pat put the letter in Ted's pocket. He still didn't move. Pat gave him a nudge. Oh, it was a scarecrow. Pat did feel silly. He was glad no one saw him. Sorry, Scarecrow. The letter isn't for you, and I don't suppose you can